Hey guys, it's Alex. So today I'm going to talk about a pretty serious topic. I'm going to talk about how I learned I was transgender. Um, I know it's different for everybody. That's what all these videos say. I know I watched about 1.5 million of these videos of the how I knew I was trans videos. Not actually, they didn't really help me figure it out. They kind of helped solidify things for me. Um, Most people say that they felt different and in the wrong bodies growing up. I didn't. I dressed like a tomboy. I played baseball. I played football. I dressed like a boy as often as I could, you know, but I dressed in girl clothes because that's what girls do. And that's what I knew. That's how I grew up. I knew that girls dressed in skirts and pink and stuff like that. And, I just went with it. I didn't think any differently. Um, so when I went through puberty, I wasn't comfortable. I mean, I didn't get breasts for the longest time. I was in almost ninth grade by the time I was starting to show breasts, and girls would make fun of me, and I would go home crying because I'm like, well, I must not be a girl if I don't have boobs. Like, something's wrong with me. And then I got boobs, and I got boobs. I mean, I don't know what word I want to use, but yeah, they're huge. They got huge, and I felt conflicted. I'd been flat-chested for so long. I'd grown so comfortable like that. And now all of a sudden I had these big protruding things on my chest, and I'm just like, I'm not sure I like these, but I'll deal with them, I suppose. Um and then I went through high school, and I kind of dressed like a slut. But again, it was because I really didn't feel comfortable with my body, but I wanted other people to like me and feel comfortable with my body. So I did what girls were supposed to do, what I saw other girls doing. And that was wearing short skirts, wearing revealing shirts, stuff like that. And some guys wanted me, and, I was like, okay, we're good. We're in business. Um, but I was never really comfortable with guys. Interestingly enough, like, I didn't get pleasure out of them touching me or anything. In fact, I was like, can you stop? This is no. Um, and so it was just really, it was really interesting and confusing for me, and I kind of just brushed it over. And I graduated high school, and I realized, oh, I've been bi this whole time, bisexual. That might be why I like guys. I think guys are cute, but I like girls too. I'd had this massive crush on this girl in my French class for 3 years, and um, when I texted her, I messaged her on Facebook, and I was like, I had a huge crush on you, right? And she's like, I had a huge crush on you. Why didn't you say anything? I'm like, 'cause I didn't know. Darn. She's still hot. I'm getting off topic. Anyways, she's such a good person too. Anyways, but so, I started college, and I was like, there's other things than pansexual, or than than bisexual. I might be pan. I don't really like care about a person's genitals. I care about the person. So, I started identifying as pansexual. And I identified as pansexual for about let's see, that was 2013. So that was for about, was it 2013? Yeah, spring 2013 is when I found out. So it's been about 2 years. This semester, 2015, winter semester, I've been living in Oregon. Actually, last year, my boyfriend broke up with me. He dumped me pretty hard, cheated on me, dumped me, started dating the girl that he cheated on me with, and I was pretty heartbroken. I kind of still am, you know. He's the first guy I ever loved. I don't know what it was about him dumping me, but it made me think, wow, I was dressing like a girl to please him, you know, to make him stay, when all I really wanted to do was be wearing boxers and, you know, not have boobs and just feel comfortable, you know, and in my regular clothes, which are very, very boyish. You know, I'd much rather be in a 3-piece suit than in a nice dress. Granted, I love dresses, but I like looking at dresses. I don't like wearing them. So I started identifying as bigender. And I identified as bigender for about 2 months. 2 months. And I was going by the name Jamie at the time. It was really difficult for me to go into my male persona and get back into the female. I would be in my male persona and I would be so comfortable. I'd feel so free and happy. And then I realized, damn, it's hard to be a girl. Like, and uncomfortable. I mean, oh my God, I can't stand this underwear and these skirts and a bra. What? No. You know, I would get my period and I'd be like, this isn't right. And usually I'd get my period about the time that I was very heavily into my male persona. You know, but I just accepted it. I thought maybe, oh, I just gotta get used to it, you know. Then my sociology teacher at my college asked me to speak on a panel in her sociology of gender class about being bigender, and I spoke, and there I met this other trans man named Ezra, and as he was speaking, I literally went, fuck. Because then I knew, I was like, no wonder it's been so hard to transition from being male into being female. It's because I'm not female. And I went home that night and I kind of just looked in the mirror at my body and I broke down in tears. I'd never experienced dysphoria that intensely before. I definitely had some dysphoria, but I mean, oh my God. I was literally curled up on the bathroom floor in tears in the fetal position, and I can feel the emotion right now rushing back to me just thinking about it. From there, I started researching. You know, am I really trans? I didn't find anything that said no. While I didn't necessarily find something that was a complete resounding yes, because my experience seems to be unlike anybody else's, I have so many of the same feelings as other people. For example, when somebody who is cisgendered comes up and asks me, so now that you identify as a male but you have female genitals, like, how do you feel about your like are you hyper aware of them? I'm like, and I tell them, you know, I'm aware that they're there, but 99% of the time, there is a blank space. There's a void, as one of my friends says. You know, there's nothing there. I have a butt, and that's about it. You know, the only times that I am hyper aware of my genitalia is when I use the restroom. I try to use male restrooms as often as I can because a lot of places don't have gender neutral restrooms. So if I walk into the bathroom and there's another guy in there, I kind of pretend to poop until I can hear them leave. And then I'll pee because, you know, I have to sit down to pee. I can't, you know, stand and use a urinal. And it's a little weird, you know, if you see a guy walk into a stall, sit down, and then they pee. It's a little weird. But, you know, I've basically started not giving a fuck. You know, it's my body. I'm a man. I'm as much a man as you there standing to pee out a urinal. So, yeah, I mean, like, I've talked to a lot of my trans friends, and they experience the same thing. It's a void. There's nothing there. Half the time you ignore those body parts. And the other half of the time you're feeling really shitty, so you're hyper aware that they're there. You know, I definitely prefer male pronouns, but I understand how hard it can be for someone to switch from a female pronoun they've known you for years to a male pronoun. So, you know, if someone misgenders me, I'm not like, hey, you asshole, you misgendered me, now you must die. No, I'm not like that. Unless it's been a really awful day and I've been misgendered half the day, then I'll tell my friends, like, for the love of God, please do your absolute best not to misgender me. But my friends are really great about it. Most people are really great about pronouns nowadays. You know, I haven't started tea yet. I'm kind of in this in-between place right now. You know, I want to start tea, but my insurance does not cover anything at all. So everything will have to come out of pocket. I've been speaking with my mom. She's going to try and help me out. You know, she told me, you know, I'll help you with anything I can. So at this point, I'm going to have to go to therapy first. Thank God that they've started getting rid of that. You have to live as your preferred gender for, you know, so long before you can start testosterone requirement. Most places are getting rid of that. I'm hoping that there could be a way to just whoosh on through all the red tape. I'd ultimately like to start my injections by the end of this year. I'd like to be on my injections by fall, to be perfectly honest. I had someone who doesn't really understand how I feel. They tell me, why can't you wait a few years? And I'm like, because I know who I am now and I need to be that way. So I'm terrified of waiting. I understand that you could be in your 30s or 40s and still start on tea, and it has a profound effect. I'm only 20, you know, so I'm fine. It's the thought of waiting, the thought of being a female and staying a female. Sorry, I'm getting kind of emotional here. It's the thought of being in the wrong body for a lot longer than I'd want. And I'd really like to not be in this body anymore. I'm ready. I'm ready to be a man. So ultimately, I'd really like to be able to start on tea soon. I was talking with another trans friend of mine, And we compared the fact that we both wish breast cancer upon ourselves, because then we could get our top surgeries done really fast. And we both felt horrible for wishing cancer upon ourselves, because a lot of people don't live through cancer. And we felt really bad. But this dysphoria of our bodies has been so intense that we have not been able to live with that. Sorry. I got very off topic. But for the most part, that's my story. That's how I discovered I was trans, you know. Kind of just hit me out of nowhere. And I tried to find, I tried to find ways to compare that I was trans based on other people's experiences, and I kind of decided maybe someone else out there has had the same experience I've had, or a similar one, and they need reassurance. And it's your body. Trust me. The only thing I'll say is that you need to be comfortable within yourself first before you... I don't know what I'm trying to say. Where was I going with this? I really don't know anymore. I think what I was trying to say is you need to be comfortable with the idea of essentially letting go of who you have been. Basically, the old you has to die for the new you to live. And what I mean by that is sometimes you have to let go of who you were. The idea that you were a female, the idea that you were a male, that you were Emily, that you were Alex. You know, you have to let go of that before you can become comfortable enough with you. And that's what I've worked so hard on to do. So yeah, this is a 18-minute video. I'm gonna stop this here. Please feel free to comment, message, subscribe, whatever. Hopefully there will be more good content on the way. Today, I think that you guys should follow... What is the name of this channel? It's a channel I've been very interested in. I can't remember the name of the channel. It has to do with transgender topics. But apparently, we're not going there today. The only thing in my head right now is Willem Belli. So I guess follow Willem Belli, and Jack Scap. I love Jack Scap. Those are two very completely opposite things. This has been Alex. You guys all have a wonderful day. Bye.